Did you know that you could be carrying pounds of toxic waste inside you right now, poisoning your blood and silently destroying your health without you even realizing it? Hit that like button now if you value your health, subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and let's find out how to clean up this whole mess before it's too late. Number 1. Chronic constipation. We start with a classic and dangerous sign. Going to the bathroom only twice a week or less is not normal. It's a cry for help from your intoxicated body. When stool remains stagnant for days, it begins to ferment and rot inside you, allowing toxins to re-enter the bloodstream instead of being eliminated. This creates a cycle of self-poisoning that drains your energy, leaving you feeling heavy, irritable, and with the constant sensation that you are never completely clean inside, carrying an unnecessary dead weight. Number 2. Stools shaped like goat pellets. If you look into the toilet and find small, hard, separate pellets, similar to those of a goat, your intestine is screaming for hydration and urgent movement. This form, known as type 1 on the Bristol stool chart, indicates that the stool has spent too much time in the colon and has had all its water reabsorbed, turning into stones that scrape the intestinal walls. It is a clear sign of severe slow transit, showing that your digestive system has lost its basic lubrication ability to expel waste in a healthy and painless way. Why? Number 3. Explosive liquid stools. At the opposite extreme, we have explosive diarrhea, which is your body's desperate attempt to expel something that is violently attacking it, whether it's a bacterium, a virus, or rotten food. This is not just an inconvenience but a failure in the absorption of vital nutrients, leaving your body malnourished while you lose liters of water and electrolytes. Living in fear of not making it to the bathroom in time destroys your quality of life and indicates severe inflammation that needs to be treated before it causes permanent damage to the intestinal lining. Number 4. Undigested food remnants in stool. Finding whole pieces of food in the toilet bowl is a red flag that your stomach and small intestine have failed in their mission to break down what you eat. This means you are not chewing properly or you lack essential digestive enzymes, causing food to pass straight through without nourishing your cells as it should. In addition to hidden malnutrition, these food scraps serve as a feast for bad bacteria in the large intestine, increasing fermentation, internal putrefaction, and the production of toxic gases that bloat your bowels. Number 5. Constant gas smelling of rotten eggs. Passing gas is natural, but when the smell is unbearable, reminiscent of rotten eggs or sulfur, it is conclusive proof that there is organic matter rotting inside your bowels. This foul odor usually results from the poor digestion of proteins and the action of putrefactive bacteria that have taken over your microbiome, turning your intestine into a toxic swamp. It is socially embarrassing, but the real danger is the chronic inflammation that these sulfurous gases cause on the walls of your digestive system, irritating everything they pass through. Oof. Number 6. Bloated belly right after eating. If you look 6 months pregnant right after eating anything, it's not just fat, it's abdominal distension caused by excessive fermentation in the small intestine. Known as SIBO or dysbiosis, this condition occurs when bacteria that should be in the large intestine migrate upward and ferment food prematurely. The internal pressure is so great that it pushes on your diaphragm and stomach, causing discomfort, sharp pains, and that horrible feeling that your clothes are going to burst at any moment, regardless of what you eat. Number 7. Irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome is a diagnosis that often hides an extreme nervous sensitivity of the intestine, alternating between constipation and diarrhea without warning. Those who suffer from it live as hostages to their own bodies, with cramps that double them over in pain and a sanitary urgency that prevents a normal and peaceful social life. It's as if your intestine has a mind of its own and is constantly in a state of panic, overreacting to any food or emotional stimulus, turning every meal into a true game of Russian roulette. Number 8. Leaky gut. Imagine that the lining of your intestine is a fine sieve, but now it's full of large holes, allowing remnants of feces, toxins, and bacteria to leak directly into your bloodstream. This is leaky gut, a very serious condition where the protective barrier fails, activating your immune system to attack these invading particles throughout the body. The result is systemic inflammation that can cause autoimmune diseases, chronic fatigue, and skin problems, all starting with a porous gut that poisons you from the inside out. Number 9. Non-celiac gluten sensitivity. Even without being celiac, modern gluten can act like a glue on your intestinal walls, inflaming the mucosa and drastically hindering the absorption of essential nutrients. Many people experience brain fog, joint pain, and extreme fatigue without knowing that the cause is the bread or pasta they eat every day, which attacks the digestive system. This silent inflammation gradually undermines your health, slowly destroying the intestinal villi and opening the door to even more severe food intolerances if not stopped in time. Number 10. Bleeding hemorrhoids. Blood on the toilet paper or in the bowl is a terrifying sign that the pressure in the veins of your rectum has reached its limit due to excessive straining to pass hard, dry stools. Hemorrhoids are not just painful and shameful, they are physical proof that your excretory system has been under chronic and dangerous mechanical stress for a long time. Ignoring this bleeding and the pain when sitting is neglecting an area that is already injured, potentially leading to anemia and severe local infections if the root cause of the constipation is not resolved. Number 11. Anal fissures. Unlike hemorrhoids, fissures are actual tears in the lining of the anus, usually caused by the forced passage of hard, dry stools that feel like shards of glass. The pain during evacuation is described as excruciating, similar to passing razor blades, creating a psychological fear of going to the bathroom that only worsens the constipation. This vicious cycle prevents the wound from healing, turning a simple biological act into a daily torture that leaves bright red blood in the toilet and signals severe structural damage at your exit. Number 12. Excessive use of laxatives. Depending on laxatives is a trap that destroys your intestine's natural ability to contract, making it lazy and completely dependent on chemicals to function. Over time, the nerve endings in the colon lose sensitivity, requiring increasingly higher doses for minimal results, while you lose essential electrolytes. It's like putting a cast on a healthy leg. The muscle atrophies from lack of use, leaving you unable to evaluate naturally and permanently damaging the peristaltic movements of your digestion. Number 13. Holding in the urge to go to the bathroom. Ignoring the urge to evaluate out of embarrassment or lack of time is one of the worst possible habits, as the rectum sends the stool back to the colon, where water is reabsorbed by the body. Along with this water, you reabsorb toxins, old hormones, and metabolic waste that should have been discarded, recycling poison directly into your bloodstream. The fecal matter becomes larger, drier, and harder, turning a simple urge into a painful blockage that ferments and rots inside you for days. Number 4. Not drinking enough water. Your intestine needs water to create mucus and soften stool. Without it, the colon steals every drop of liquid from the food bolus, turning the poop into virtual cement. Chronic dehydration halts the digestive conveyor belt, causing waste to stick to the intestinal walls like dry paste that refuses to move down. You can eat all the fiber in the world, but without water, that fiber becomes a plug instead of a broom, causing severe congestion and a feeling of internal dryness. Number 15. Lack of fiber in the diet. A diet based on processed foods and white flours lacks the bulk to stimulate the intestinal muscles to push waste out efficiently. Fiber acts like a sponge that retains water and sweeps the colon walls. Without it, stools are small and transit is extremely slow. This sluggishness allows bad bacteria to proliferate on the stagnant waste, increasing the risk of diverticulitis and ensuring that you always feel heavy, bloated, and internally lean. Number 16. Intestinal dysbiosis. Your gut is a battlefield, and when bad bacteria outnumber the good ones due to excess sugar and antibiotics, you suffer from dysbiosis, losing your primary defense. These microscopic villains hijack your palate, causing you to have uncontrollable cravings for sweets and carbs to feed themselves, creating a vicious cycle of illness. This imbalance destroys your immunity, leaves you vulnerable to recurrent infections, and drains your vitality while dumping toxic byproducts into your system. Number 17. The gut-brain connection. It's frightening to realize that 90% of your serotonin is produced in the gut. Therefore, a rotten gut literally leads to a rotten mood, anxiety, and deep depression. The vagus nerve connects your belly to your brain, so inflammation down below sends constant panic signals upstairs, leaving you mentally unstable for no apparent reason. Treating your mind often requires cleaning out your gut first, as it is impossible to have a happy brain while carrying a toxic and inflamed digestive cyst. Number 18. Intestinal polyps. Polyps are small, silent growths on the inner wall of the colon that, although initially benign, can be the direct result of chronic inflammation and cellular aggression. They act like ticking time bombs that can mutate and turn into cancer if not detected and removed in time through preventive screenings. Ignoring your gut health allows these fleshy warts to grow in the dark, proving that what you don't feel now can, unfortunately, kill you in the long run. Number 9. Stool color, white, black, or red. The color of your poop is a vital health report. White stools indicate a blockage in the bile ducts or liver failure, while black, tarry stools signal bleeding in the stomach. Bright red blood suggests problems in the lower intestine, but any drastic color change is a medical emergency that cannot be treated with herbal teas. Your waste changes color to warn of organ failure or hemorrhages, acting as a distress signal that requires a doctor immediate. Number 20. Intestinal parasites. You could be feeding an army of worms without knowing it. Parasites thrive in dirty intestines, stealing your nutrients and leaving you hungry, yet malnourished and tired. Symptoms like nocturnal anal itching, teeth grinding, and constant fatigue are signs that invaders are feasting inside you, laying eggs, and multiplying. They feast on the sugar you eat and the accumulated waste, physically blocking your system and releasing toxins that confuse your immune system and ruin your skin. Number 21. Colorectal cancer. The final consequence of years of ignoring all the previous signs is colorectal cancer, often called the silent killer because it grows without pain until it spreads. It feeds on chronic inflammation, stagnant feces, and constant cellular abuse, affecting increasingly younger people due to the modern industrialized diet. This is not to scare you, but to wake you up. Paying attention to the signs of your rotten gut today is the only sure way to prevent a devastating diagnosis. Conclusion. Now that you know the terrifying truth about what you might be carrying inside you, it is urgent to take action to detoxify your body before these signs turn into irreversible diseases. If this video has opened your eyes to the importance of your health, click the like button to help save others and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.